Good morning and welcome to Tuesday's math session. So today we are going to be building on our area and perimeter that we looked at yesterday of just squares and rectangles where you made your own and measured them. And today we're going to be building on that and moving on to finding the area and perimeter of compound shapes. And we're going to talk about what those are in a second. As a little starter, a warm-up, I have got a rectangle and a square on the screen for you. What I want you to do is calculate the area and perimeter of both shapes. So just like you did yesterday. So pause the video and have a go at calculating these ones. Okay, so hopefully you had a go at answering those ones. Now, I'm going to use my knowledge of what I know about rectangles to fill in the missing sides to work out the perimeter, because the perimeter is adding each side together. And I know with a rectangle that opposite sides are the same length. So I know that this missing side must be a 6, this must be a 3. If I add them all together for my perimeter, so I've got 6, add 6, add 3, add 3, that gives me 18 centimetres. And to work out the area, I times the length by the width. So I've got 6 times 3, which also gives me 18, but that's centimetres squared because we're working with area. So this is one of those shapes, like in the challenge yesterday, where the perimeter and the area are actually the same number. Similarly with a square, so I know with a square, all sides are the same length. So we've been given one side, so I know this is 4, this is 4, and this is 4. Add them all together, we get 16 centimetres, and then we do length times the width. So we've got 4 times 4, which gives us 16 centimetres squared. Don't forget your squared for your area today. Make sure that is in your mind. So hopefully you managed to get those ones right. So today we are going to have a look at compound shapes. Now, what I have got on the screen is 2 questions. What is a compound shape and what is a rectilinear shape? Now, you might know this already, but what I want you to do is, instead of giving the answer, I want you to pause the video and have a quick Google, a quick research, a quick ask a parent at home to find out what each of those words means, and then come back when you found the answer. So just a quick warm-up research for you. Okay, so we're going to be looking at areas and perimeters of compound shapes. But you are going to use what you learnt yesterday about areas and perimeters of squares and rectangles to work out the answers today. It's just an extra step to what we were doing. So on the screen, you have got a compound shape. And if I asked you to work out the area and perimeter, some of you might be able to do that. Some of you might look at it and think, I don't know how to do that. All we need to do is apply our knowledge from yesterday and use a bit of imagination. Now, if you visualize this shape, I can see it as 2 separate shapes. And I'm going to show you what I mean here. So if I got a line and I drew a line down here, I've now got 2 separate shapes. I have got 2 rectangles. So if I magically was to separate this shape, it would look a little bit like this. So we've got 1 rectangle here and 1 rectangle here. And now, really easily, you can work out the area of both of these shapes because we know how to do that. So we would do 3 times 7 to work out the area of this rectangle, and 6 times 4 to work out the area of this rectangle. Now, I want you to pause the video and have a go at working those areas out first of all, and then come back when you're ready. Okay, so hopefully you've got 2 numbers that are the same as this. So the area of this rectangle is 21 and the area of this rectangle is 24. Now, all I need to do is think about them as one single shape. So I'm going to slide them back together. So the area of the total shape that we had originally is 21 add 24. So the rule with working out areas of compound shapes is to split them up into squares and rectangles, find that line, visualize that line, split them up and find the individual areas, then put them back together and add all the areas together again. So if I was to work out the area of this shape, I would need to add 24 and 21 together, and that would give me the total area. So have a go at adding them together and work out the area of the shape. Okay, so that's easy peasy. So you've got area is 45 centimeters, and you want the squared after it. So the tiny 2, that's a big 2, because that's all I can get for now. So we worked out the area. Now all we need to do is work out the perimeter, but you will notice that I don't have values for all of my shapes. So I don't know how long this line is at the bottom, and I don't know how long this line is. And we use our knowledge, like we did for the warm-up, to work this out. Now I know if I went from this side of the line all the way to this side of the line, it would be the same as following this line to this line, and we've got those measurements because I know from here to here is 6 centimeters, and I know from here to here is 3 centimeters. So I'm going to add 6, add 3, and that is going to give me 9 centimeters, and that is the whole length of this bottom line at the bottom, because I know it's the same as 6 and 3. Similarly, I need to work out what this measurement is here. Now, I know that from here to here is 7 centimeters, but this isn't the full length because it stops here. But what we're going to use is use our knowledge of what the length is of this, and we're going to use our knowledge of the fact that this is a rectangle along the bottom. So this line must be the same length as this line. So from here to here is 4 centimeters, but we know from here to here is 7. So to work out the length of this side, we need to take our 7, which is the total length, and we need to take away 4 from it, which is going to give us 3. So I know if I add 3 and 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, it gives me 7. So I know that the length from this line to this line is 3. Then I've got all my lengths. So for perimeter, I just need to add up my lengths that were already given to me and the ones that I've worked out myself. So pause the video and have a go at adding up all the sides to make the perimeter. So hopefully when you added them all together, you got 32 centimeters. We don't square the perimeter. So that is what we're going to work on today. It's really easy once you get into the right mindset of splitting the shape up. So what I want you to do is have a look at this shape. Now this shape has already been split up for you, so you don't have to visualize it so much. You can just have a look. But we're still missing some sides. So let's start with the area first of all. Now the area of shape A. Now we're given the length and the width. So all we need to do is times 6 by 2, which is going to give me 12. So that is the area for shape A. Next up, we need to work out the area of shape B. And we know that it's split up this line for you nice and easy to help you. But it might not look like that on the sheet, but this is just so we get the hang of it. So we know that this split here, from here to here is 6. From here to here is 4, so we do 6 times 4, which would give us 24. So what I want you to do is pause the video and have a go at working out the area of the total shape, and then come back once you're ready. Super, so hopefully you added them together and got 36 centimeters squared as your area. So we've worked out the area. Now we just need to work out the perimeter. And we need to do that by filling in these blanks. So we don't know the length of this side. We also have got this little edge here that we don't know the length of. And this length has been unlabelled as well. Now, 2 of those we can work out really easily because I know that this is a rectangle. So I know if this side from here to here is 6, then this side from here to here must be 6 as well. So I've worked that one out. Similarly, this is a rectangle. If this length is 2, then this opposite length must be 2 as well. However, we've got this little extra length that isn't the same as this one, and it isn't the same as this one. So this is an unknown that we need to work out, but we're going to use our knowledge that we've already got to work it out. Now, I know that from here to here is 6 centimetres. So this whole line is 6 centimetres, and we're just working out this fraction of it. And I'm going to use the length of this line to work it out. Now I know that as this is a rectangle, this length of the line is the same as this length. So I'm just going to take this one. So this is 4, so this must be 4. Then I'm going to do some addition. So if this is 4 and the whole line is 6, then what do I add to 4 to get 6? That's easy. I add 2. So 4 add 2 equals 6. This whole length has to come to 6 because this length is 6. So I must be right. So pause the video and have a go at adding all the sides together to get the perimeter of the shape. Okay, so hopefully you got 28 centimetres. If you didn't quite get that, you might have forgotten to add one of the sides. We don't add the sides inside. So this 4, we don't need to add. That was just to be able to work out the 2. So we never add lengths of the inside lines because those are imaginary lines that have been put in to work out the area. So in a compound shape, this line wouldn't be there. So we don't add that one. Perimeter is the outside of the shape, remember? So hopefully you have got that. So finally, on the screen, there are 2 compound shapes. Now they haven't been split up for you, but hopefully you can see where the line would go to split it. So we're only going to split it into 2 separate shapes. So you only need 1 line on each. So what I want you to do is have a go at these by yourself. So number 1, you need to find out where the split is. Work out the area of both of those shapes and then add them together and work out the missing sides, and the same on the second shape. So what I want you to do is have a go by yourself and then come back for the answers once you're ready. Okay, so shape 1, hopefully you worked this one out. So I've put my split here. So I've got 1 small rectangle, 1 large rectangle. I just need to do 3 times 1, which get me 3. Now this one's a little bit tricky because you need to work out the missing angle, the missing line, because even though it says 7 here, that's not the full length. You've still got this little bit. But I know that this length is 1, so I need to add that together. So the whole length would be 8 centimetres. So I do 4 times 8, which is going to give me 32. Add them together gives me 35 centimetres squared. I've already worked out the missing side for this one. I need to work out the missing side for this one. So I know from here to here is 4, from here to here is 3, so the total length down is going to be 7. Add them all together, you get 30 for that one. Now on to our final shape, which was a little bit easier because you've already got the measurement here. So I'm going to split it into 2 shapes here. So I've got 2 rectangles. I know this is 4 by 2, so that's going to give me 8. And I know that this is 6 by 5, which is going to give me 30. So my total area, 30 add 8, is 38 centimetres squared. And I only need to work out 1 missing line, which is this one up here. I know from here to here, it's the same as this side, so 5 centimetres. And from here to here, it's the same as this side, so 2 centimetres. 5 add 2 gives me 7. And then when I add them all together, I get 24 centimetres. So this is what we're going to do today. So if you were confident when you did these, then I would go on to the normal sheet that's on the website, okay? If you find it a little bit tricky, then choose the easier sheet. The easier sheet is the same idea, but it's already split up for you into the different sections, the different shapes you need. So you don't need to visualize it. If you're 100% confident, then there is a harder sheet on the website, but it is tricky. So please, please, please only do that if you can do it independently by yourself and you don't struggle with it. If you want to have a go at it but struggle, then maybe go back onto the other sheets. So have a go at whatever sheet you want on the website, check your answers, and then hopefully you get them all right.